Hi again guys, so I just wanted to make this video to give you guys just a quick general update about the channel, what's happening, what's gonna happen. So as the title of the video suggests, today was a milestone for me. It was my 100th video, which I'm really pleased about. That's my 100th top speed tuning video for Gran Turismo 6. Obviously that doesn't include the N-Spec series, that's just for top speed. And as far as my schedule for GT6, I've got about 60 more cars planned. So more closer to the time, but you could start now, as many of you already do. Just helping me to keep the series going with extra suggestions of cars that you'd like to see me do tunes for, primarily for top speed and or drag racing rather than N-Spec. I don't really need any suggestions for N-Spec because I've already got those pretty well covered. But yeah, it would just seem a shame to have a relatively small series of 160 when it's a 1200 car game. I'd like to keep the series going as long as possible, really. So obviously I won't do every car in the game because some of them are just slow anyway, but I would like to keep the series going a bit longer if possible, and you guys giving me suggestions will certainly help with that. I'd also like to thank you guys for reaching 300 or just over 330 subscribers now. You know, it's still not an amazing amount of subscribers, but for me it's the best I've ever had, so that's great. And I'd like to thank you for your participation in the videos. Some of you enjoy brainstorming new tunes, suggesting tunes, stuff like that, and that helps. Yeah, what else is there to say? I've also set up a Facebook page for Hammer Studios. It's at facebook.com/Hammer Studios Official, all one word. And yeah, so if any of you guys went over and gave that a like, I'd really appreciate it, because obviously at the moment there aren't any. Just I've liked it with my personal Facebook. Feel free to send me a friend's request on my personal Facebook as well. But you know, mainly it's for Hammer Studios Official that I'm talking about. And yeah, so I don't really do any activity to speak of on the channel at the moment, but that's because there's nobody following it. Once enough of you guys start to be following the page on Facebook, I'll start to put out things like updates, kind of like this video, but in text form, just to keep you guys in the loop with the channel, things that are coming, things that have happened, things that are happening. Yeah, so it just keeps you in the loop more, really. Plus it's a way that you can communicate with me with messages and that when I may not be online or not on YouTube. You know, it's just more lines of communication is never a bad thing. And also I already have posted some, but I'll continue to post some non-game related stuff on that channel, such as some pictures of cars from Goodwood that aren't on YouTube, stuff like that. So if that interests you, again, go and check out the page. And yeah, so like I said, it's facebook.com/Hammer Studios Official. For those of you who don't know, because I get the impression some of you may not know who I am on PSN, but my PSN name is Corrupted Disc, written all in capitals with a lowercase space between the two words. I'll write it in the description below so that you can find it. But if you want to send me a friend's request or see if I'm available to have a race online, feel free to do so. My friends list is pretty much full, almost full at the moment, so I have to delete a few of my friends that haven't been online for a few months. But yeah, I mean, I can't friend everyone, but for those of you who want to, feel free to send me a request. You know, it's going to be yes if I've got the space, and if it's a no, it's because I haven't got the space. It's not because I don't want to. So yeah, what else is there to say? Oh, another thing, this is probably more to do with the future of my channel that I wanted to let you guys in on, and that is that something I've always liked to and always wanted to try and do with my channel here on YouTube is try not to limit myself to just one target audience, because a lot of YouTubers, not that it's a bad thing, but they concentrate all their efforts in one area. So like one exact form of gaming or one exact type of comedy or whatever. So they're actually limiting their own target audience to a very narrow band. And that's something that I've always tried not to do, which is one reason why I do beatboxing stuff like tutorials and car stuff and car shows all on the same channel rather than creating a separate one for each. Because I like my channel to be known not for one thing, but to be known just as a channel where you can find just stuff that's generally entertaining. And to further this concept of me broadening my potential audience, I'm planning on potentially starting a new tuning series and a new short series of tuning videos, just to try and expand my audience more, because obviously eventually, even with suggestions, my GT6 video tuning list is going to run out. That's just a fact. So I've been thinking that I may also do, to appeal to more of the Gran Turismo family, may do a few, maybe 10 or 15 tune videos for the fastest cars on Gran Turismo 4 on the PS2, because I know there are a lot of people who still love and play that game. So that'll just be a short series, like I said, about 10 or 15 videos. But also to try and expand, I may start doing a Forza tuning series, primarily for Forza 4, just to expand to those of you and others who aren't members of the channel yet or aren't subscribers yet, who play Forza, because it's been my experience that most people who play GT don't play Forza, and vice versa. They tend to stick to one franchise. I know some of you play both, but in general people tend to stick to one or the other. So I may start doing a Forza series just to try and broaden my target audience. And you don't need to worry, you guys who watch my GT6 tuning, because this won't replace that series. It will be as well as that series. And if it could get to the point where I'm doing one a day, so I'm actually releasing 2 videos a day, one for Forza and one for GT, that would be fantastic. Whether that will happen, I don't know. I'm already halfway there, because I do a Gran Turismo tuning video every day, or I try to. You know, as some of you know, I don't always get the chance to record all the videos I'd like, but in general, I'm halfway there. So Forza would just improve my channel, I think. So yeah. Finally, I'd just like to thank you guys for the continued support, and the biggest way that you guys could help me at the moment is just to get as many of your friends who would be interested in, you know, the GT tuning and that kind of thing, to check out the channel. Not necessarily tell them to subscribe, you know, that's a personal decision, but I'd just appreciate it if you could, you know, tell them about it, let them see what they think. So yeah, feel free to check me out on Vine as well. I'm also on an iPhone app called FightMe, which is like a beatboxing battle app. Find me on there as well. You can find me on all of them under Hammer Studios. And if you want to friend me on Facebook on my personal account, I've liked Hammer Studios with my personal account, so click through to that and send me a friend's request if you want. You know, it's fine by me. And yeah, so as always, thanks for watching.